Okay, you guys. So this is part 2 to what if Naruto, well, not what if Naruto, but what if Ash was born in Hoenn? And in the last video, we seen him and his friends get their first Pokemon, and we seen Ash get a get a Pokemon from his dad. They went on a journey, and that's where we left off. So as they wake up, they see that all their food is gone, like all of their food. Just like completely vanished. And then they're going around trying to figure out who the culprit was. Which Pokemon came and ate all their food. And as they are going to find a Pokemon, they look to the left and they see a Munchlax and a Bagon eating all of their snacks. Well, all of their food and stuff. Pokemon food, human food and all. And then they would say, "What are you guys doing with our food?" The Bagon and Munchlax would run. As they would run, the group would chase after them. And they would put them into a corner. They would like corner the two Pokemon. And once they cornered the Pokemon, okay, you guys, and when they get into a corner, they say either you can apologize for eating our food, or we can settle this with a battle. The Munchlax and the Bagon said that they would rather battle than, saying sorry for being hungry. Because that's why they stole the food. And then Ash would say, "Go, Trico," and then Leo would say, "We got this, Ash." And then Ash would say, "Oh, okay, go then." They would throw out Torchic, and they would throw out Mudkip. The Bagon would try to headbutt Mudkip, and Leo would say no. He would say dodge, then use Water Gun. While the Munchlax will try to use a lick on Torchic. So then May would say use Sand Attack to cover yourself, then use Peg. And then it would do a barrage of Pecks and Embers to weaken the Munchlax a lot. The Mudkip will be having a hard time with the Dragon type, Bagon. But a couple Mud Slaps would slow it down enough for Mudkip to be able to keep up. Then they would do a attack together. Leo would tell Mudkip to use a Mud Slap, and May would tell her Torchic to use Ember. The Ember will burn up the Mud Slap so much, like it would do Mud Slap damage, but it would add a burn effect, and both of the Pokemon would be knocked out. But before any other group could celebrate. And then, something crazy would happen. And then, Torchic and Mudkip would start to glow. And Ash would say, "What is this?" And then Mudkip and Torchic would evolve, as I was trying to say. May and Leo would turn around smugly looking at Ash, and they would say, "We see who Pokemon evolve first." Ash would say, "Shut up! You guys, if I would have battled, my Trico would have evolved." And they said, if you would have battled. And then Ash is like, don't worry, I'll defeat both of you, but with my Trico. And then they would say, how could your Trico defeat us? And then Ash would say, you better catch a Pokemon before they wake back up and run. And then May would try to catch Bagon, but Leo would throw a Pokeball in May's Pokeball away, catching Bagon, making her catch Munchlax. She would say, hey, I wanted to catch the Bagon. Then he said, whichever battled you and whichever you battled, that's the one you catch. Munchlax battled your Torchic. Bagon battled my Mudkip. And both our Pokemon evolved, but I'm pretty sure I was the one battling Bagon, and you was the one battling Munchlax. And they should say, well, the Munchlax still is pretty strong, so I don't care. Then Ash would say, I need a little time to myself, guys. And then they would say, Ash, are you really about to cry? Just because all Pokemon evolve in order. And he says, who said I'm crying? I just got to catch up. It's a difference. And then they would say, okay, Ash, we totally believe you. And they would say, of course you should. I'm telling the truth. Then Ash would go out and he would battle a couple of Seedots, and he would battle a couple Seedots, and is it? No, it's not Hariyama. It's I forgot what the pre-evolution of Hariyama is, so I'm not even gonna say it. He did defeat a Metachan and about 3 Seedots, making his Trico evolve into Grovyle. Ash would come back and he'll be looking all smug. He'll be like, now who's left behind? And then they would say, okay, Ash, we get it. You're pretty good, but you're not pretty great. Then Ash would say, okay, if that's what you want to think, you can think that. Then they would say, we've been gone for about a month away from home. We should go back. Before we start like our official journey and head out to the gyms, we need to go back home. As they go back home, and then they would start going back home. When they got back, they would check on their brothers and sister. Well, Ash would take on his sister Leaf's progress, and May would check on her brother's Max's progress, and then they would see that Max actually, his Pokemon can only learn one move until it evolves, and then they would see that it's around level 10. With the same with his Ash's sister Pokemon is on level 10. Ash and May would say, Leaf, Max, do you want to battle? They would say, all 3 of your starters already evolved. How would we be able to battle you? Ash would throw out his Tallow, and May would throw out her Munchlax. Leo would then throw out his Bagon. They would say, we all got new Pokemon. Then Leo would say, really? Wow. Ash would say, of course, you know my Pokemon, you know. And then Ash's dad would say, Ash, you have a lot to learn about being so just rambunctious for no reason. They would say, okay. His dad would then say, Ash, I have a job for you to do. And then Ash would say, what do you need me to do? And he would say, I need you to go and get a Pokemon for me. And then he would say, how strong is the Pokemon per se? He would say, it's pretty darn strong. And Ash would say, like, what are we talking? Like, level 20, level 30? Like, what we talking? And his dad would say, honestly, I'm going to say about level 15. He would say, both my Pokemon together should be able to handle that. He would say, oh yeah, I don't have a Pokeball for the Pokemon. It was one of the Pokemon that was injured on the Safari. But it ran away in distress for no reason. He would say, and his dad would say, you should see it over by the north entrance of town. Ash would say, see you guys later. Have to go and catch a Pokemon. And May and Leo would say, wait up for us. Ash would say, this is a solo mission. Let me handle this on my own, guys. They would say, okay, now if you're not back in a couple hours, we're coming after you. Ash would say, sure, do your worst. And then Ash would get a description of the Pokemon his dad saw. Then he would pretty much search it up on his Pokedex what the Pokemon moveset can be by the level 15. And he would say, oh, so it can have a combination of all these moves. And it looks like this. And he would see the name. It would say Trapinch. The pre-evolution of Flygon. Then Ash would say, where is it? I can't find it. Trapinch would run out the ground and it would be aggressive toward Ash. Ash would throw out his Tallow, knowing ground type moves have no effect, but rock type moves are very strong. And if it knows rock slide, that'll be some tough work. So then the Trapinch will use rock slide. Ash would say, this is what I hated. He would say, use quick attack and get away. That rock slide would do a critical hit on Tallow. Tallow would barely be able to fly. He would say, run in with a peck. It would get one good peck. But the Trapinch wouldn't let it go and it will bite. Use the bite attack on Tallow, knocking Tallow out. Ash would say, it's a very strong Pokemon. He would throw in his Grovyle. He would say, you're done for. He would say, Grovyle, use Fury Cutter. He would use Fury Cutter and cut Trapinch a couple times. But then Trapinch would hit Ash with a rock slide, doing decent damage. Then he would set up Sand Tomb, doing gradual damage. Ash would say, this keeps up, I'm gonna lose. He would say, Sceptile. Not Sceptile. He would say, Grovyle, get in close with your speed. Then touch it and use Mega Drain. Once Sceptile used Mega Drain, it got a whole lot of health back. And the Trapinch could barely hold on. Trapinch tried to use Bulldoze. Ash said, dodge it with quick attack, then hit it in the side with a Fury Cutter. The Pokemon would be dizzy, about to faint. Ash would throw a Pokeball, catching Trapinch. He would run back to the house about an hour later. Then May and Leo would say, we were just about to head out after you. Ash said, I caught it, Dad. His dad would say, this is a Pokemon that is passed down through generations of our family. Flygon. Flygon is one of the ultimate Pokemon when it comes to our safari work. And then Ash would say, so that means this is your Flygons? Then he would say, yes, this is my female Flygon's hatchling. But it's kind of become one of the head baby Pokemon at the safari, not letting any baby Pokemon be able to match it. Ash would say, oh, he would say, is that strong? His dad would say, of course. Then his dad would say, you may keep the Pokemon. We passed it down through generations. Your grandfather did the same thing to me, but he just made me battle for it because I already still had Sceptile. Well, I only had Sceptile. And before him, he had to go through a whole journey just to get his. But I had to see how good you were in responding to a crisis and having great awareness. And you passed. Ash will say, I got a Trapinch, which can eventually evolve into a Flygon. Then May and Leo would say, "Great for you, Ash." Ash would say, "Thanks, guys." Let's go. Then Ash would say, let's go home, everybody." And they will all go home. This will be the end of this video, you guys. You know, that's the end of this vid. And I'll pretty much catch you guys in the next one. So I'll see you guys later. Quay to say Kage will be back with another video. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today. Catch you Quay. Catch you Village and Shinobi later. See you guys later. For real though.